journey begins. The fantasy returns. Rated T for teen. Swear soft.
Honey, what's going on down there?
Wake up and smell the action.
Devil May Cry.
Rated M for mature.
Only from Capcom.
You promised you'd take me there again someday. James! To our special place. Silent Hill.
Silent Hill 2. Rated M for mature. For PlayStation 2. From Konami.
I think my partner's a rat. We gotta shut him up. They want a war? They got a war. Grand Theft Auto 3. Out now on PlayStation 2 and coming soon to PC. Rated M for mature.
The critics agree. Metal Gear Solid 2 is a hit. Newsweek says it rocks. The best video game for PlayStation 2 raves USA Today. Right, get out of here. And Game Informer names Metal Gear Solid 2 Game of the Year. I've been waiting for this.
That banger. That's that sauce.
Tell you. I'm pretty sure. I think I mentioned this here. I think he made these right when going through all that shit with Twitch.
Oh, okay. That was a lot of
so
shit
too. Yeah, he was motivated. Oh, I have seen this one. I think this might be a long one. I thought. If I remember, this guy's rubbing his blood all over this fucking.
I have not seen this.
Alright.
Hello everybody, welcome to this is my boy GMA. I'm GMA Sharks. That's my boy Crazy Jimmy Belly. We are great. We're doing fine. I'm pretty sure I didn't say many words at all.
I heard my name though. I appreciate it.
Ah man.
Maybe I just put my name there. Maybe you didn't say it, but I heard it. So
I tried to get out as many words as I could, but most of it was just jumble.
It was.
Brian Gumble. Please don't stumble.
Thanks. Respect that.
Oh.
Alright. But yeah, welcome in. What up? Quick intro. What's good? Later episode again. Back to a little bit old, so it might be quick. But love y'all. We're still here. We're here. He's got his gun up. I don't know why. He's got his gun out. I don't know. He's got two now. I don't.
Guns up. Funds up.
We're gonna get in trouble for that one of these days, Genie. I just want you to know that. Oh yeah, I see my new chairs, by the way. Before we get started.
Oh man. Let's hold on. Let me get a better view of this real quick. Let's get a better view. Okay. Looks ergonomically sound.
Nice chair.
I like it.
Fuck around and I got this one too.
Okay. That one looks
got the recline to it.
Yeah, okay. That one looks like it's gonna improve gaming by 10% at least. 30% maybe max. Oh. Okay. That one just went up.
Yeah, I know that.
Because I know it feels cool. I know it feels awesome.
Yeah, it really does. This one's like, I guess, technically an office chair, but it's a little wider.
Yes, like I want one of those now. Honestly,
like
I've been
$50.
sitting in one of these for so long. Like, I want one of those.
This is actually really cheap. On Amazon, it was like 50, $60. It got here within like fucking 3-4 days. Too.
Yeah, and it feel good. It look like it's bouncy.
Yeah, it's got a little bounce to it, but it's not. It's not like one of those you're gonna. Unless you like actually, because it's and you can loosen it, so it will be more bouncy. There's a little knob on the bottom. Twist the knob.
Look like it look like it does what it's supposed to do,
a little bit,
which is keep you supported.
Because
now I'm not like like this chair here, bro. Like I'm not. I don't want to lean back, you know.
Yeah.
This doesn't make me want to sit in the chair. So I want one of those that makes me want to sit in the chair the correct way.
So it just leans. You just get a little bit of lean for when you want it, but it's I don't know. It's good. It was good. It was cheaper too, so that was nice.
I mean, that's always a W, ain't it? So you got a new chair, new chairs.
Yeah, we're all
that other
set
one
up.
is fire as hell too. It looked like.
Yeah. Thank you. We're all set up. Yeah.
And yeah. I don't. Shit. Yeah, let me think. Nothing special with me besides feeling the love of streaming again.
Yeah, you've been on a roll the past few days.
Yeah. I'm glad, really, that's all it is. It's just me trying to find my way back to doing, what I like doing, what I love doing.
You're back on the old school Destiny too a little bit.
Yeah,
Going
man,
back,
the
getting back
fucking
into
DLC come out like next week, so I'm
Oh,
kind of
shit.
screwed on that. I was just looking at my brother earlier, like, what am I gonna do?
You can just get it like a week later or 2 weeks later. Well, I mean, I guess depending on what happens with this stupid.
Bro, this one is huge. This one is huge. So it's like,
Is it?
Yeah. This one.
Is it the year? Is it like their once a year one? That big one that like you got like $60 one?
Yes
like
and
that one?
no.
No.
Because I think this one, from what I understand, and like I said, this one is huge. I think this one may basically end Destiny, like the story that we know, basically.
Oh shit.
So
okay.
We gotta see what's happening, because they're
What
building
the
it. Yeah, like this is, it's called the final shape, and a lot of story stuff is building up to this point. So shit we've been waiting on since Destiny 1. So we're gonna see how this shape out.
Well, damn, this should be epic then.
Yeah, because they said something about like what they're gonna do afterwards when all of it's done, because they're like, it's not gonna be over, like the game's not gonna be.
Yeah, that's say, what are they gonna do?
You're gonna do like the seasons, basically. I guess that's what they described. However that's
what everybody's doing. That's what everybody's doing.
Yeah,
now.
man.
The thing, that's what everybody's doing.
I don't know if it's just gonna be like
battle pass.
Yeah, like individual stories of whatever, but the major saga, I think, is ending
coming to
now.
a close finally.
So
I mean, shit, hell of a run.
Ugh.
Hell of a run.
Who you telling? Who you telling, bro?
I guess that's why they're giving away a bunch of stuff for free. They want some of us to like get it and play it. Cause I don't know. It says I don't know which queen I tried to get. But I don't know if it worked. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Lightfall came out. I tried to get that one so I could catch up a little bit.
You know how they do. But they get this. Like it's so up and down with them, but it is what it is. I'm, of course, excited for it, but yeah. Just see that's
big though. That's a big thing. That's a big thing.
What's on my docket.
Well, I mean, that's a big thing too, because the game's been around for what, 7, 8, 10 years total with Destiny 1, like 10 years or so.
Yes, I think it's been 10. I think at least. So yeah.
God damn. Well, shit. That'll be exciting then. All right. Well,
I know.
I hope it's good.
I hope so too, Craig.
Shit, I hope that was worth it.
And on that note, we could just leave that where it's at because I'm also a little nervous about it. So let's just leave it at that.
Well, we can roll right
For
into it. Then.
real.
I already got my new stuff, got my new chairs and shit, so we can roll right into it.
All right.
See this. I'm pretty sure this thing's messed up. I'm pretty sure this dude literally is just rubbing his blood all over, dude. If I remember.
Wait,
so,
All right.
I think
What
it's
kind
kind
of
of
June-sponsored blood sport love story activity is this? Homie rubbing
It's
his
just-
head and
Nah.
blood all over his opponent.
Why are you gay?
I ain't never seen a blood
Why are
transfusion
you-
performed
why-
like this. Where's the referee?
Why-
Matter of fact, call an attorney. Homie gonna be
Why
going
is
back
he
to his
doing
corner
that,
like,
though?
Coach,
Just
I've
like
got
this-
AIDS.
I'm all for
Coach,
mind
I gotta
games,
do
but
it,
this
like,
is
come
taking
on,
it
bro.
way too far. At this point, it looks like he's performing cunnilingus in the midst of menstruation.
watch
Rumor
this.
has it in the 70s, this
Look
is
at
how
Skip it.
gang members
A lot
turn
of
blood.
things
No wonder
don't
Snoop Dogg
disgust
was
me,
wearing
but
blue.
this,
Man's
I
got
can't
into the
even-
fight game so he can say,
Kinda close on
like
this.
Charlie Sheen. Now he identified with that man in a
Let's go to the Shadow Realm.
All right.
Oh yeah, here's your boy. I saw that. I saw this, and I immediately thought he got
Fucking Kingpin, man.
Kingpin. Oh.
Knocked the rings
Not
out
over.
of his
It's not
ass.
over. Can we call it? Ref. Can we call it? Ref. No. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Check
a
down.
minute, look at this man's arms. He's ghost riding
Damn.
the whip Mario
He's
Kart
ghost
in a
riding.
different dimension. How fitting he got caught with
Ghost
two
ride
laps
the
because
whip.
he's certainly
Ghost ride
not
the
all
whip.
right.
Ghost ride the
Unplugged
whip.
his controller, got him looking like poultry on the other end of the refrigerator. He's frozen in time. Fight me!
Shouldn't have been talking shit.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Yeah, help him up, y'all. Help him up. Kingpin, you gotta watch it. He's dangerous. He's dangerous.
And now for some of the
And-
best
yeah,
fighting
yeah,
edits on the
yeah.
internet.
All right, bro. Okay, go back.
didn't see that
Pause it.
coming.
Because we not supposed to laugh. We not supposed
I
to
didn't.
laugh.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
I forgot.
we not supposed to laugh, dog. I forgot it's a
I didn't
challenge.
realize it was a try now. Like,
Yeah, it's a
I was
challenge.
over here just trying to have
So-
fun. Okay.
So,
Fine.
All right.
I'm gonna be honest though. I didn't see this coming. He doesn't do this usually. Totally caught me off guard. The little eggs shit. Totally caught
I
me off.
did.
Like,
Me
yo.
too.
Hold on, we gonna start with those again. That was fun. These are good. Or
Not
good,
laughing. Yeah, not laughing. Not laughing, dog.
And now for some of the best fighting edits on the internet.
Venimos motivados.
He just knocked his head all the way around. You hear the sound of those hits? You hear the sound? Oh. Dude, do you hear that? Is that sound edited? Dude, that dude is dead. That dude might be dead. Do you hear those? Whoa! Those sound. Damn. Why did you know
Yeah, I can't right now. Stop. I'm done.
Damn. That was gotta be Yeah, somebody answer his phone.
Right
Somebody.
hand put this man on
Somebody.
vibrate. He's celebrating Valentine's
Somebody.
Day in the Shadow Realm.
Answer his phone.
What day it is? Get happy. Get Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
There's no recovering after this. Got another man making your legs wiggle.
Pause, Granddad.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Cocoon punch!
This motherfucker's dead.
Oh
Yeah.
my Christ,
okay?
buddy, in and out the ring
pull
at the
it in?
same time.
No,
Why the
I can't
referee
help
still
it.
count?
I'm the ref.
You
I can't help
see
him.
that
He was
man
still count.
Yeah, that's
He
still
still
count.
count.
He got still
disabled
count.
animal.
That was the funny part. He was still counting.
Homer fell like a Grand Theft Auto
Right in his face.
NPC. Just look at his
Yeah,
face.
get your ass
Disappeared
up.
like Jimmy Hoffa in the 1970s. Look at the eyes of the homie in the front row. You would have thought he just witnessed a murder the way he looking
I
around
know.
and concerned.
I know.
Nearly
Stunned.
detached his upper
Can we
half
help
from
him?
his
Like,
lower half.
is he-
Who knew dating apps got so advanced? Shorty in the front row was swiping on Tinder. A man landed in her lap seconds later. Imagine your last moment in the ring turning into a Christmas ornament.
And now a word from our sponsors.
You ever Googled yourself, and for whatever reason, your personal instantly get
You need to not let your homies fight.
From apps to get insurance and prevent last has been
scheduled program.
Yeah. Every homie that get knocked out.
Just look at the precision on the kick. Man's hit the pause button, left this brother at the bus stop.
It's just a little boy.
Time to
Taste
join the
his
marching
feet.
band.
That's enough.
Okay. Too many tiger knees. Too many tiger knees.
With an unnecessary amount of knees. The second one is what took him out.
Too many
Everything
tiger
after that
knees.
was extra credit. Never in my life have I seen somebody do mountain climbers on another person's
He was playing
head.
Tekken for
and
real.
to make matters worse, this is from the referee's point of view. Why didn't he stop the fight sooner?
Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
And man started dribbling his head off his knees.
Yes, that's the number. That's the number. The number of the day. That's the number. That's the number of the day.
There's a
Man's
lot
over
of
here
these,
got hitting to doing yoga. Never seen somebody go into child's pose that fast in my entire life.
Oh. Foot straight to the
For
Oh,
the takedown attempt, homie was already asleep.
he's
His
asleep
was
before the
lethal.
night.
Look at the referee's
He's already
reaction.
fallen.
That
He
might
just
be the
helped him
best
down here.
ref
Let me just push
stoppage
you down.
I've ever seen
Just
in my
push you
life.
down.
Must have been some form of telepathy that he knew this man was already
he was
in the
out.
shadow realm.
Ooh.
Bro, it's good. It's good. He's out. No need.
From
No need.
lost
No
his
need.
ability to stand,
Just
sent him
he's
straight to
right.
hospice.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Shut him
He
down.
didn't need to do that to him. He was already getting transferred to the CC unit laying on the cage. Now he's casket ready.
Oh my God.
But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Kumite.
Check your boy out. Check your boy out. Check your boy out. Tell him to stop fighting. Oh. Shadow realm.
You had
Really
coming.
necessary.
Can't believe this man went into the afterlife with that haircut. That tennis ball Moss Ed got executed
Yep.
on the mat.
It's my turn.
Bob, we,
Oh.
no, Bob. Get in there. Ref,
God
get
damn.
in there.
Hit with a machine gun. It was nothing but his opponent's fist.
The
Look at his
machine
feet
gun.
as he's going
Gunshot.
lifeless, flailing
Bow,
like a
bow.
fish on a hook.
You're my bitch.
Oh.
Oh, then
Got
a
hit
foot
so
to
hard
the
he
face
felt
on
like
the
an
One
anime
punch to the
villain.
face.
Wait.
Oh.
Oh, you see that knee?
Yeah, that was perfect. That was perfect. That
He
was
got hit so
perfect.
hard he felt like an anime villain.
You do well. Back. Whoa.
He said, damn. Gunshots.
Barrage of hands caught him off guard. Now look at him in there.
Post
looking like a
Malone got
discarded
hands.
flashlight with no batteries. A nail clipper in the house of a triple
Apparently they
amputee.
ain't fighting
A
post.
phlebotomist with a rolling 60s grips. Absolutely useless.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, goddamn.
Oh,
Man
call.
chose the wrong time
He's
to
trying to get
throw
up.
that
Is he out?
kick.
He's trying to get back up. He's
Is
definitely
that
out
you,
right
Craig?
He didn't even need
now. No, I
manscaped.
got three pounds on ball. That's my back. That might be good old bitch. Otherwise known as
The
rag.
knees were absolutely
Right.
lethal today. Man
Oh,
got caught on the
here.
bridge of his nose. He can't smell again. But now, the grand finale.
Finish him.
Right?
Stunned him. Oh, no, he dead. Oh, he shot him dead. Oh, he shot him dead.
He got hit with the punch.
Oh no, he shot him dead. Oh yeah, he died.
Into Eddie Guerrero,
Wait,
looking like
what?
Road Dogg before hitting the shake, rattle, and roll. Look like a victim of gun violence in the movie Shotters. Oh, you bust a move before you get to the afterlife. Get the coroner on the phone. Gather the Dragon Balls. Every single one of these dudes gonna need a medic. Somebody please call that goddamn
Man, he murdered
EMT.
that guy's dead. He definitely had a funeral later that day.
Snake!
He said, somebody got a doctor out here.
Oh, man.
Somebody
Somebody get him right now.
Get him out of here.
You mean to
Get
tell me
him
you
out.
watched the entire video, but you haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button!
Hey, man. He's done everything.
Hello, how are you? Welcome back. Today we've got...
Every
Also,
position in the business.
I
From
like-
referee to general manager.
Very true. Very true. And also, I lost that challenge very early
Yeah,
on.
I did too.
Bro.
Okay,
wait.
well, we didn't really, we forgot it was a challenge, okay?
Okay.
We went in with the proper mindset,
Yes.
maybe. We already started laughing. And
Yeah,
when we went back
yeah.
to trying not to laugh, we had already been laughing. It was lost.
Bro, when the lady started cooking,
Started cooking.
that shit got me, bro.
I was so close that when the next dude bent over and started playing the fucking symbol or whatever,
People are so bogus. They will make
like,
memes out
one
of you
dude hit
getting
the fucking
knocked
car,
out.
one dude dropped into the fucking little go-karts, drove off the screen and shit.
Those were genius, though. I'm sorry.
I wish I was that creative, bro. I wish.
I'm inclined to believe if I got knocked out and somebody did that to me, I'm like, you know what? Touche.
Right?
Because that's
I was
just
like,
funny,
hey,
man.
All right. That's funny. Those are funny as shit.
Yeah, those are just funny. I'm sorry.
Thanks,
So,
Chris,
yeah.
again. It's funny.
Don't get dropped on because folks gonna make a meme of your ass fucking cooking in the
you
pot.
won't be, if you get dropped, you better hope that you're the one place in the world that there's not like a camera.
That's the ones I've been talking about with the food commercials, where it's like people will get knocked out and it transitions into like a chicken on a grill. Like, come down to our restaurant. Like, it's some of the greatest commercial making I've ever seen, man. It's like you just use meme culture and just use it for your, commercial. So
It's well executed. Well executed.
So yeah, good shit.
Hell yeah.
All right, what's this? When you're perfect,
So,
but get cheated on anyway.
Oh my god, another episode of Brainworms.
Hello, how are you? Welcome back. Today we've got blonde, narcissistic bombshells.
Starts it off.
An incredible
The DMV knockout heard round the world. The mini golf meltdown. And much, much more.
And her shirt say God on it.
Welcome back
And that
to
shit's like, out of it.
Let's get into it.
If you're ever having a hard day, just remember, I've been cheated on. I've been cheated on. I don't have a beauty filter on, and these are my real eyes. And I've been cheated on.
No, that's her. That's her.
I'm not gonna listen to anything she got to say, bro. I'm just gonna keep it real.
It's never about you.
I've got a sneaking suspicion.
Like,
that
I'm
you
gonna
get a
listen
pretty
to
good
her,
picture
but
of why being
she's
this
pretty
girl's
fucked,
man
bro.
might
If
actually
I
suck,
actually met her, I
despite
wouldn't
her
listen to
having
shit she had to
conventional
say.
beauty on her side.
Bro, she's
Surely
pretty as
it
fuck.
can't
You're
be
not gonna
about me.
listen
You
to
might be
her.
thinking women's
Surely it can't
personality
be about
sucks.
me. No.
No.
No, it doesn't.
Unfortunately,
My
not.
personality.
Unfortunately, yes. We're literally disproving that statement in real time as you record this video. Let's go on.
Fucking
hilarious.
golden. I'm
Incredibly
hilarious.
smart.
And modest.
And I got cheated on.
Yep.
And if you didn't cheat on, you're not feeling insecure and you're just having a bad day, just remember, somebody had me. They were in a relationship with me. Wrapped around a fucking finger, I would have married this guy.
Right.
Fumbled. Lost me for good. Forever. You could be having the worst fucking day of your whole life. But you're not that guy.
But you're not that guy.
Thank
You're not
Christ.
that guy.
So it's not that bad.
So it's not
Unless you are
that.
that guy. In which case,
This is where I knew
Stop
that you
watching
needed to
my
watch
videos.
this right here.
and my Instagram stories.
right around
what?
this.
Texting my family.
Oh my bad, I was
You
told.
weird little man.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Stop watching my videos.
Yeah.
But you're not that guy.
Thank Christ.
Thanks.
So it's not that bad.
Just want you to
Unless
know.
you are that guy. And in which case,
Did you
Stop
rewind
watching
this?
my videos.
I did.
And
I
then
wanted you to hear this part again.
Man.
Weird little man. That's all. I'm gonna go cry. But I'm not that guy. So I won't cry too much.
Well, as cringe and difficult it was to watch that video, maybe she had an emotionally charged, out of character moment there when she made it.
And you had
and the guy did really fumble the wife of the decade.
Man.
No. Just imagine making a video like that.
Fight you just
Either way,
for
I'm
that
going to take her
moment right there
advice.
alone.
Stop watching my videos.
I will stop, I promise. I'm actually going to go
promise
cry
you.
a lot. Because I am that guy. Fuck you. Your
watched your
personality
videos
sucks.
after.
Your cousin
Yeah, I
has
did.
better
Show
eyes
it to
anyway. Now, this video is interesting. It takes a little while to unfold. But what we're about to see
Do something.
is absolute lights out in DMV. But first, I need to keep the lights on in the OFFICE. So thank you to today's video sponsor, Relevant will pay for compel. Next, to looking at 5 or flush. Rocket starts
like he said,
actually on Lush to get started for free. Thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate it.
He still gets his money.
So, no real context leading up to this. That guy starts to get in a little scuffle with what security is. It's just a little love tip there, I think, from the man in the tan. Really starts to get heated around 40 seconds.
Uh-oh. Okay. All right.
Are you ready? Hey, Jamie, ready?
What we soon find out is that the man he was asking was, in fact, quite ready.
Somebody's
and the
always
man
ready.
asking, well,
It's usually not
let's
the guy
just say
that's asking,
preparedness
"Are you
is
ready?"
not one of his
Who's
strong
actually
suits.
ready?
I'm sitting up for this.
Just walking, following him and shit.
Back up. I was going to say back up.
Of course, I have to cuck you with the black
Yeah,
censor
sure,
box.
back
And don't
up.
get mad at me. It's YouTube doing the cucking. I'm getting cucked as well. They're the ones enjoying it. He eats that first one pretty good. I think it rattles him a little bit, but he's still looking at his eyes. But it's followed up with an absolute Tyson haymaker.
Hey!
Drop.
We get a round of applause from the audience. Absolute glass jaw goes to the floor, but he's not done yet. He's up, and then look at this. Where am I?
I'm
What
good.
what day is
I'm
it?
up. I'm up.
Dude, look at that. Look at that.
I'm up.
This dude.
Turned his ass right back around,
I'm up,
too.
bro. Ready? No.
Oh my God.
Hey, look out.
Are you ready? Man just got rocked so hard his late grandfather's gold tooth just flew out of the coffin. He might as well be on vacation in Belize because he's certainly not at the DMV anymore. At least he doesn't know that he is. As you can see,
we'll just walking right by.
The more you're gonna find out.
There go my boy
one
right
man
there.
was
See,
actually
you see the
ready,
chart?
and one
Did you
man
see the
found
chart?
out. Search scuffle at the DMV Reddit if you want to see
chart?
the
Yep.
subject.
That was him.
I'm
That's
feeling
my
blessed
boy.
today. I ain't gonna lie.
This
What's your name?
Dude.
You want to pick a number 1 through 3? Okay.
Pretending to don't. Oh, boy, don't. Oh,
Crashing
come
Benjamins.
on, man.
Yeah, this I couldn't watch this.
He also say this is. I don't even. Oh, man.
There you go.
I
You
skipped.
horrible
That
for
was,
this.
I was skipping.
You horrible for
Did you
this.
see her face? Did you see her face? Did you see her face? We want to give away today. I just wanted to bless you. That's
You
okay.
horrible for this.
I
man.
can't. I hate myself for even having the slightest chuckle at that.
I know, because I'm not.
Because these
I don't
guys are
find it funny at all.
cruel.
Honestly.
No,
At
he's
all.
fucking piece of shit. Look at her. She's excited and shit. Just fucking.
There you go.
This is literally just
Have a good
not
one.
funny.
You know what? Fuck these guys. Actually,
Yeah,
all they have to do is get the reaction for their
Get the
stupid
reaction,
TikTok
then
and
give
then
them something,
be
bro.
like,
Like,
just
come
kidding,
on,
we
like,
got
here,
you,
give them
and slide them a few Benjamins, right? And then
don't
everybody's happy
actually
and
be
make
the
for a
piece
better
of
ending.
shit.
I think would probably go more
But
viral.
you
But of course,
actually
nobody
are
with
the piece of
means
shit.
to deliver a blessing like a big tip would think do something so
I'm
cruel
kinda
in the
with
first
him on
place.
this
Probably
right
just
here.
their rent money before dropping it off in
Yeah,
a
you
safety
probably gotta
deposit
drop that
box.
off.
Mr. Least. Good
Probably his
comment,
bill money, he can't
dickheads.
afford to do
This
it, that
one
type shit.
is an
Oh,
absolute
yeah.
shit show, so I'm going to narrate some of it for you and through it a
That
bit.
one- oh,
So the context for the setup is obviously people started filming this or started to be an issue, as is tradition. But traditional airline bullshit where the flight attendants get up or they talk to the people that are sitting in the exit rows and they're like, hey, we have to get a verbal confirmation that if there is an emergency, in case of an emergency, as I love to say, you need to be able to help passengers exit the plane. And this woman apparently refused to agree to do that. She had already turned away the first flight attendant, who was a Caucasian woman she was calling Betty White, And then they got this flight attendant in to try and smooth it over, and it just goes absolutely bananas.
You wasting your breath. They gonna take this plane off the ground.
Oh, no, they aren't.
Yeah, no, they won't. They won't take the plane off the ground unless you actually confirm that you'll help. Then they will not. They won't take it. They will not.
Grandma, come on. Come on up off the plane.
Betty.
There's D.
Come on, get up off the plane, Grandma.
Oh, they said Betty.
Girl. Yeah,
I love how the people she's with are laughing.
I
Like,
know.
oh, Grandma, you're so funny.
I know.
You told her shit. That's all fun and games till the captain comes out and the airport police get involved.
A couple passengers that were asking to please be removed.
Uh-oh.
No, my grandson is 4 years old.
He's full. My grandson is 4 years old. He is full.
Don't start with all that.
No,
Betty, get your ass up, Betty.
My grandson is 4 years old.
I don't get no fuck, Betty.
He is graduating.
All right, and that's nice. That's nice, Betty. So come keep him with
I'm
us.
not gonna cooperate. Yeah, let's keep it with it. I got you.
Well, I'm calling my attorney because we need.
Lady, you can call him outside the plane.
I don't like these people just have like lawyers on retainer.
just had-
Like you're
everyone
just so
just has
accustomed to
their
causing a
lawyers
scene in
ready.
public
Notice-
for
I'm
absolutely
calling my lawyer.
nothing.
Bro,
Like making
You
a
ain't got
problem
no
out of
lawyer,
the
lady. Shut the
stupidest shit
hell
of
up.
all. I'm literally agreeing with the flight attendant when
I
she's
would
like,
never-
"You're in the
I don't
exit row.
have
You
a
help
lawyer
people
like
if there's
on
an
deck like that.
emergency."
I mean, call
Like
them,
in the
call them.
small chance there's an emergency, 99% chance you're gonna be dead
10
anyways.
years?
But
Oh, I
if
guess
somehow the plane crashes. And everyone not dead, and there's an emergency. You think you can
Call
help
them up.
people slide down this slide? I'm not me. Bitch, just nod your head and fly the fuck plane. No, but instead this. But instead you get this. Oh my god, I don't get it. Anyways, Captain comes out. She's yelling about her grandson being 4. Like,
Four, man, he's
okay,
graduating.
well, you fucking flew that pooch, didn't you?
No, I'm going to see him.
It gets a little chaotic.
Now you don't want to get up.
Everyone's screaming.
Yeah, that shit ain't funny no more, is it?
Police show up. Here they come.
Yeah. Police are
The
here
bike
now.
helmet
He's a
gets you, dude.
bicycle police officer.
Yes.
Well,
You
he
know,
probably,
police
he
show
probably
up in a
hangs
bike
out
helmet,
around
rubber
there.
gloves, shit's
Probably,
about to
right,
go
or
south.
something.
And that's even more embarrassing. You got escorted by a bike cop.
Bike cop. Not a bike cop.
A bike cop.
More chaos.
His siren.
Ring,
Check this out.
Yeah.
Legitimately had to deboard the
He's got to
plane.
push his siren.
I would be
Leave him alone,
fucking
crap. Leave him alone.
irate if I was on that airplane and I had to get off and get my flight
He got
delayed.
right
Who
his
knows
bike,
how
bro.
long
He
it was
got right
delayed
his
because
bike,
of
dog.
this absolute idiot.
I'm on it. I'm on
This
the way.
police issued bike.
Yeah, it's true.
You helped them out. We done paid enough to see that.
Oh, what if they got the electric bikes?
I
was gonna
Police
say them
officers
bitches
about to
burn,
get
right?
taken
Yeah,
off
watch
handcuffs.
it.
Hold on.
Bitches be nice though. Hey, some of them go like 30.
Damn, Betty.
They got everyone off the plane. Everyone off of the plane because of this. She ruined everybody's flight. Who knows if they're just gonna let everybody back on and take off too, or because now they missed their flight lane on the runway, probably too.
Don't
You
let
know
me
what I
catch
mean?
her
So,
out.
like, maybe
Don't let
they're
me catch her on the streets.
I don't know. And her shirt say God on it. Her shirt say God on it.
Their shirts say God on it. Cuffed. I mean, you just can't write it up better than that, you know?
I know.
You'd have more luck finding brain cells in an interdimensional black hole than you would in
Oh,
between
he's
that
so
woman's ears.
stupid.
Holy shitballs.
All
But
because
at
he
least
ain't
she's
wanna
got
do
God on her
what?
side, so I'm sure a miracle is just a prayer or two away.
Like, it
This one is from my
crashed.
beautiful home
Oh,
city
she's
of
supposed to help
Boston. It
people
looks
out the
here
door.
like
She's
it's
supposed
I'm just
Drive,
saying, like,
if
you ain't
really
want, you know what I'm saying? Like,
This
all you had to do
gentleman
was be like,
wants to
okay,
go to Boston,
okay.
apparently.
Yeah, just say yes.
Right.
Open
Oh,
it.
this.
You think I'm gonna wait like 10, 15, 20 more minutes? Open
In
the
this
door.
traffic!
Open the fucking door.
Crackers,
Open the fucking door! It's
Open
fucking
the
thorough.
door.
It takes forever.
Why? How the fuck
This is
can I get you?
Massachusetts
Open
crack.
the door. You can't.
Yes,
The
yeah.
boat can't take a shit. With
This
with
is
this
big.
like
Hey,
in
hey, you
here.
better open them fucking
When
door.
I have to go. All right, I gotta go to the bathroom. Let
Oh,
me out.
you about to take a shit right there.
That's a nice bus, though. That
I
don't
know.
look like a city bus. What kind of bus is that? like a nice little
fucking
stud of
weirdo
seats.
guy's
That's
missing
like a
all
nice
of his
New
teeth.
Hampshire,
This is
that's
just
why.
classic. So you could mistake it for like a New York Transit, but the accent is just too
The
obvious.
whole fucking way. Open the fucking door.
This guy is dying to get off his butt. Does not like traffic.
He's about to pull
There's
over.
nobody here to hit me.
So the video ends a bit abruptly, but apparently the OP that was the one recording this said he eventually threatened the bus driver's life, at which point the bus driver just opened the door and let him off. So the tough truth in this video is that sometimes if you act foolishly and are as insufferable as possible, you might actually get what you want. So no dignity in sight. Quite frankly, that was rather timid. I was expecting him to pull down his pants and lay a bender right on the bus floor. Or something. Just being an insufferable asshole is almost an intrinsic trait of being a Bostonian for a lot of people.
Hi, are you looking to build a city? Sports fans can be notoriously racist? Yeah, can we also ruin Sweet Caroline for everyone else? Absolutely.
Here we go. This one's good. Meltdown after near ace.
Sweet Caroline.
Do it.
This ain't the tour.
Oh,
This ain't
he's
the
going for
tour.
the cactus, dude.
This ain't the tour. Chill out.
Bro, you
This is
should
the moment
see
of truth.
he gets
He was-
really
oh,
bad. at
God, I
some
wish
point.
we wailed that
I don't know
cactus
if he
so
plays
hard.
it or not. He gets. This is the
This guy
Barstool,
looks like
the
taking
Barstool
notes, like-
Sports mini golf. This was like all the
Not
employees. It was all over it.
This guy.
That was all. They were all recording it. They had a whole like production there.
Life does go on, my friend.
Bro,
You missed
Yeah,
a
'cause they
mini
know
golf
he
putt.
be getting upset.
I
He
can't
be
think
getting
of
a little
anything
too
worse,
upset.
but you
They be
are
like, watch this,
tenacious
watch
to
this.
be able to recover so
I don't know if he
gracefully
showed
from
that
that.
one part, so I don't say it
Absolute
yet, but he
travesty.
shows
Is it like
he
a
shows it. One
makeshift
part
mini
he
golf
goes-
course set up in a warehouse? Like, what are we
He
doing here?
crumbles. He collapsed.
This has to be, I imagine this is some sort of like
Not the
niche
tour guy. Chill.
golf, mini golf competition would be my guess. On further investigation in the comments, this is exactly a mini golf tournament of sorts.
I can't believe he
And
doesn't
there's
know
another
Barstool
video of this
Sports.
guy later in the tournament when he completely
I'm a little
throws in the
surprised by
towel after fucking up again. Let's
Yeah,
take
here
a
it is. Oh,
look.
here it is. Here it is. Here it
I
is.
love this. Look at the boom mics out and everything. This is a real production here.
Yeah, this is it. This is it.
And you actually
Not a bad putt.
Yeah, you can see it's like
You know, the guy trying to the smooth talk him's like, God, just
You're gonna have to
anything
four putt
to.
it,
I
like
just
the
don't want
pods,
him to
the
throw
pods,
the
the
club
pods.
and
Okay, it's nothing.
break someone's cranium. They're just so
God.
scared of him blowing
I
up.
know.
Yeah. Oh, bro. Oh.
He's done.
Look.
Oh yeah. 3 putt, 4 putt, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The old 10 putt. You hate to see it, Kirk. So I was unaware that this mini golf tournament type thing existed. I'm not surprised.
dude,
There's
yeah,
like a
just-
niche community for
Just
everything in the
melt
world
down.
now.
Just melt one, two,
Like some niche professional mini golfing tournament, in which
No,
case
it's not
I can't think of
professional.
anything more embarrassing
It's not
than being the Freemason
I
and
still
my
can't
pro mini
believe he
golf
doesn't know
tournament
who
tour
Barstool
golfer
Sports is.
that melts down when his neon ball doesn't make it over Rainbow Bridge. You'll get him next year, Kirk. Hang in there, buddy. Honestly, I'm talking shit, but
You'll
I've
get
had
him
way
next
worse
year.
Oh, he
meltdowns
will.
over video
Yeah, he will.
games, so I should keep my mouth
I
shut.
have had.
Oh yeah.
These guys are
I've seen this a million
what the
times.
fuck?
This is the old,
Hey man, exactly, man. What the fuck are you doing?
the classic
This fucking
messing with
trend
people in a
is the
grocery store
fucking
because I'm a
most
mentally
ridiculous,
underdeveloped
stupid
loser.
shit,
There's
bro.
nothing else
Excuse
to
me?
offer the world
Just off the-
content model. These are great, aren't they? If I was president, I would pass the Wood Chipper Act, where every town in America would
It's that
install a wood
trend of just
chipper
walking
by
up and
their
grabbing
city hall.
someone
And
out of
anytime
his
someone
hand
like
as a
this
car.
makes a TikTok of this nature,
Bro,
they get
do that in the
detained
wrong
and
place, you're
publicly
gonna get
pushed
fucked
into the
up.
wood chipper in front of a crowd of
Just saying.
cheering
Notice
citizens
how all the people
and
that
their
try
local
to do
communities.
is in a
It's
nice,
also with
rich
great joy
spot
and
with
responsibility I'm using this moment to announce my race
And
for
even those
president of the
people
United
looking at
States
his
of
ass
America
like,
2024 later this fall.
Yeah,
I don't have
bro.
dementia. I'm not orange, and honestly, I know nothing about politics or what it takes to run a country. So honestly, I'd probably be a pretty good
Everyone
fit.
does that. They walk up and take my thing. I'm probably gonna do the thing where I kick their feet together. And they trip and fall over.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you kick them good. As they walk away, just
It's like, alright. And take my shit
Did you
back.
hear what he said? Did you hear what he said?
Get out. It's okay.
I forgot about
It's
it.
okay. Get somebody.
It was so
Yeah.
stupid.
Hey.
I
What's up,
talked
buddy?
right over it.
Sure, she gets home safe. It's my little sister.
All right, thank you.
I
So
will
much.
drive home and shoot somebody if
All
she
right,
doesn't
good
get home
night.
safe.
Love you.
Dude, that's what I do. You can actually get somebody else. I don't like being threatened. Go ahead and get out. Go ahead and get out. It's okay to get out. It's okay.
Yeah, it's all good. No,
it's all right.
No, don't even. I would have done the same shit too. Say like, hold on, wait, what?
First of all, that guy sounds exactly like Whistling Diesel.
Did you know that combines were invented by the combine industry to sell more combines?
It's okay. Yeah, it's all good.
Certainly not the first time this girl's probably had to apologize for a dumbass brother.
Yeah.
If you don't get home safe, I'm going to go home and do a couple murders. That's right. I'll stop by the local community center and start all right? Better get her home safe. He's definitely seen too many like alpha older brother Facebook memes. He could have just said get home safe like a normal person, but that's not alpha enough. They still threaten senseless murder. That'll put the fear of God in him. Or he'll just leave and you've wasted 20 minutes waiting for an Uber and you have to do it all over again. You know what? If you're so worried about her safety, why don't you just drive her home yourself? Oh, that's right. You drank 11 Boilermakers at Luke Combs karaoke night. I forgot. My fault. Well, if I've learned anything today, it's that you guys need to
stop watching my videos.
I'm being facetious. Please watch all of them and make sure you hit that motherfucking like button for me. And subscribe if you haven't. That would mean the world. Thanks for joining me for this edition of Brainworms. I'll see you in the next video.
First, right?
Peace.
Yeah, no.
Well, story
remember, he had meat. I'm funny. I got a great personality. Well, fuck.
Damn.
I don't think.
Like, way to ruin you.
Yeah, way to ruin you because you're not wrong. You are a very attractive person.
Man,
but
you just
clearly
ruined it all.
Clearly, you know that too much. You are well too aware of how attractive you are.
It's not, like.
And not in a good way. Like, some people can be in a good way. They just, chill, do their thing. She clearly.
I wish I could talk to homie so he could be like, let me tell you why I cheated.
Bro, for real. I'd love to hear his side of the story.
Like, oh, shit.
Watch, he didn't even cheat on her type shit.
God damn. Life. Well, Mr. Ballin, I guess I'm ready for a weird-ass story to round it out to whatever the hell that was.
Might as well.
Because people got the game jacked up out here, man. I thought I was fucked up.
But still, like,
ready to be spooked?
Yeah.
I don't think you are. Man.
Because Mr. Ball, he does a great job storytelling and shit, but I'm not as spooked usually. You know what I mean?
All right. We'll see.
Mystery that comes from the forests of Papua New Guinea. And let's just say the mystery illness is absolutely horrifying. I mean, the symptoms.
They were forced to laugh, but this mystery is not funny.
Perhaps the worst part of this mystery disease is how.
Oh, is this the laughing disease?
Spread. Something that took a.
People literally laughed until they died.
But my goodness,
bro, it's a real thing too.
Weird as fuck. You'll see. But before we get to today's story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered story format, then you've come to the right place because that's all we do, and we upload once a week. So if that's of interest to you, please offer to dry clean the like button's laundry, but instead of using starch, use super glue. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. Okay, let's get into today's story.
That part's pretty messed up.
Yeah. A lot of it messed up.
Sure.
On a sunny afternoon in the summer of 1953, a young woman named Ann stood in the middle of a huge sugarcane grove in an isolated forest in Papua New Guinea. And around her were all her relatives and neighbors, and they were all there to mourn the loss of Ann's sister, whose name was Ton.
Papa.
Illness that people in Ann's village call kuru, and in their language, the word kuru meant trembling. Now, keep in mind, this particular mystery illness that was called kuru only affected the people in Ann and Ton's village. This is like a hyper-specific illness that only happened inside of this little forest.
Is there something there that's nowhere else?
And the rest of the people in the village, this happened over and over again every year. And so they knew what happened when you got kuru because it was always the same. As soon as you began to tremble, that was kind of like the first sign. 1 year or so after that moment, you lose control of all the muscles in your body until you die. And so in Tawn's case, so On's
The
sister,
next
she had
disease
watched it
actually,
happen
like,
exactly as it
what do we
did
know
for
about
everybody
it?
else that ever got this illness.
Do we ever get some like
And
real
before
people,
long,
like
she
not
couldn't
real,
get
like
stand up or walk around, and then
big
finally
name
her
doctors?
sister lost control of the muscles in her throat,
I know what
and so
you're
she
saying.
couldn't eat, just being hungry, and so ultimately she died of starvation, which is like one of the worst ways to die. It's incredibly slow.
Yeah,
and
slow and very
painful.
painful and very
And so
awful.
ever since Tawn's death 3 days earlier, the village had been performing all its rituals and prayers in an attempt
I
to
would say
assist
kill me.
Tawn's spirit on its way
No
into
way
the
I'm dying of
afterlife.
starvation.
And this type of
Just
very
kill me.
involved
No way.
funeral
I ain't going
was
through that.
absolutely
No.
customary in On's culture. On and her family and all of these villagers were members
Kill
of
me
the
anyway
Foray
so you
people,
don't
who were
starve or
native
some
to
shit.
Papua New Guinea, which is an island just north of Australia. And in 1953, when the story is taking place,
I would be glad to
the
sous
Foray
vide you.
people numbered about 11,000
Hey,
people.
bro, I
And
told you if
remember,
I
they
eat
live
you, I'm
in a
gonna sous vide
very
the fuck out of
isolated
you. If I ever-
forest. They're
I already
basically
said
tucked
that.
in the
If
world
I
for
ever
the most
get-
part.
you know,
But they were beginning
got-
to fear that they were going to go extinct because of Kuru. Every year, the
Yeah,
Foray
use
people
that.
lost 200 people to Kuru.
Smoker.
And for the most women, like disproportionately so, which made it even more likely that the Foray people would go extinct, because if you lose all the women, you can't have any more kids. And in fact, by 1953,
Damn,
so
that's
many
true.
women had died from Kuru that by this point, there were 3 times as many men as there were women. In fact, the leading cause of the death for Foray women was Kuru. But the Foray people did not
So
view
what is
Kuru
the-
as just an illness. They actually viewed it as a curse. In
Of
fact, that was
course.
completely accepted that that is exactly what it was.
Of course.
This is not like getting the cold. Somebody did this to you, like a sorcerer somewhere, some unnamed sorcerer that's like is targeting these women and cursing them with Kuru. And so the Foray put on these really elaborate funerals that were casting Kuru spells. And so the Foray people believed that if they just nailed the funeral procedure for somebody who has just died from Kuru, the kind of 3-day long, all these rituals and prayers they have to do, if the village is able to nail it perfectly, then the deceased who's passed away from Kuru, so in this case On's sister Tawn, her spirit, as a result of this perfect funeral, would be able to kind of rise up and actually seek revenge on the sorcerer who killed the person. And so these funerals were basically like kind of taking the dead, rising their spirit, and sending them off to go kill the sorcerer.
Okay.
And so On and the rest of her villagers, they went through this very elaborate process for On's sister,
It's like a lot of-
and at the end of it, they did feel like they had really nailed it. And so they felt confident that Tawn's spirit was going to rise up and get her revenge. A few weeks after On's sister's funeral,
I
Anne
do
was
like
standing
revenge.
over an open
I do
fire,
like revenge.
and she was cooking some pork and
Shut
sweet
up.
potatoes. And as she went to flip the meat over,
Hey.
she reached her hand out, and she noticed her hand was trembling, which is the first sign of someone with Kuru. Anne told herself that, oh no, I don't have Kuru. It's just because I'm working really hard today and I'm tired, like that's what it is. But she knew deep down she may have been cursed. Anne did her best to kind of hide her trembling hands.
I'm not cursed, you're cursed.
However, after about a month,
That's
from
what I
the
would
first
say.
time she noticed her hand shaking, she noticed she wasn't really able to stand
Not
up
me,
without kind of
you,
losing her
shit.
balance. Because
I'm
her
not
legs were
trembling,
starting
you're
to
trembling. That's
tremble.
why you think I'm
Finally,
trembling,
she
because you're
couldn't
trembling.
Right,
even stand
that's
up without assistance.
because you are.
This is
You
again
think I
only
am
1
because you
month
are.
after that first tremble. She knew she had Kuru. And
Matter
Anne
of fact, you
already
should go
knew
get out of here,
that there
bro.
was absolutely nothing anybody in her village could do to stop this from killing her. Kuru was a
never come back to me
100%
again.
death sentence.
Both of
And so
us are
if you
fucked
got
up.
Kuru, it's
Yeah,
like the
both
whole
of us
village
did.
just began prepping for your death because they had to be ready to do this big ritualistic funeral. And so imagine that. You have this mystery illness or curse or whatever you want to think it is, and you're just counting down the days until you die. But
Man.
for Anne, even though she'd
Rather
seen this
die.
happen so many times before and just kind of knew there's nothing she could do, she couldn't stand the idea of having this horrible, slow, painful death. And so she decided, you know what? I'm going to do something drastic that basically nobody else had done before who had Kuru. So for context, at this time, the Foray people have been totally isolated from other people in the world for thousands of years. They basically lived in this little part of Papua New Guinea in the forest, and nobody else contacted them. They were totally isolated. However, starting in the 1950s, some Australian colonists and researchers and police actually began kind of making their way in and around the Foray people's area. So they were making contact, albeit not necessarily direct contact, but the Foray people were seeing basically white people wandering around in and around their forest from time to time. And it was always very shocking when they would see these people because they
How's
dressed
your
completely
skin
differently,
so
they
white?
looked totally different. I mean, it's like two worlds totally colliding. And generally speaking, Ron and the rest of the people in the village, they did not like having these Australian people wandering around. But I was thinking, you know, the people in my village, the foray people, they have no solutions for me. So maybe these Australian people that have kind of popped up, maybe they have some answers about what I can do to stop myself from dying from this horrible curse. Keep in mind, by going out and seeking help from these outsiders, it was like An would be breaking a huge custom. This is so taboo for the 4A people, and very likely, even if she was able to find a solution from these outsiders, it's not clear if she would have been welcomed back into her village.
Yeah.
And so this is a truly desperate measure.
They were like, hey, you were with them for a long time, now you come back and you're still alive.
Her body
you had a
from
shaky.
An managed to stand up using a stick,
that's witchcraft.
and she began kind of hobbling her way quietly and discreetly
hung on with Harry Potter's podcast.
Something she really never did. And eventually, after hobbling her way out of sight of the 4A people, she began moving her way through the woods, and she eventually came to a clearing where there was this house. It was
Did you meet Hermione?
Exactly. Hey, give her my number like I asked.
Near where they were living. And so An wandered up to this house, not really sure what to do.
She's
but
well of age
went
now
up
at this
and
point.
knocked on the door, and a second later it opened up, and it's this Australian anthropologist named Ronald Burnt, who actually An had seen before. He had been coming through her village a couple of times, attempting to interview people to learn more about the
Maybe we getting somewhere.
She knew that nobody wanted to talk to him, but you know, she had seen it before. And so she was relieved. This is someone that I'm somewhat familiar with. And so as Ronald is staring back at her, and Ronald's pretty tall and skinny, he's got glasses on, he's dressed like a typical Australian in the 1950s, and he's looking at An, and An begins to try to tell him what's going on with her. And as she began to talk, the words she was saying were coming out all garbled, and she realized that the Kuru curse was now affecting her throat, the muscles in her neck, and she was not able to speak. But as it happened, Ronald, who was very familiar with the 4A people, he could tell, based on just the way she was acting and how desperate she looked, that very likely this woman was here because she believed she had Kuru. And Ronald, who had learned about Kuru after studying the 4A people, he had done some research on it, and he believed it was entirely psychosomatic. This was not an actual illness. Basically, he believed Kuru was acute hysteria. That these 4A people were going crazy and convincing themselves that
it's worth a chance. People dying. It's worth it.
It's worth it later.
Yeah, we gotta figure this out.
Interrupted An, who again is struggling to talk, and he was able to communicate to her in her language that you do not have Kuru, you are hysterical, this is in your head, and you should go now. And then he shut the door on her. And An had no idea what to do. She was embarrassed. She was terrified that maybe somebody from her village had seen her come out here. And so just trembling and feeling so alone and so scared, she turned around and just went back to her village. 9 months later, An's condition had severely deteriorated.
Yeah,
she basically was following exactly the process of every other person she had been with Kuru. She had lost virtually all the control of her body. She could barely sip water. She was feeling absolutely horrible.
I mean,
she knew
I know what you're saying.
Like, your brain,
she had not gone back out to try to get help from outsiders. That
your
interaction
brain
with
can
Ronald
make you.
had kind of
If you don't have your brain, can make you feel like
it can.
Your
It
brain
definitely can.
Everybody else
You don't think it can?
The physical
exactly.
All right. Fuck around with it.
Don't get fucked up.
They were not as bad as the other side of Kuru. So in addition to referring to this curse as Kuru, which meant trembling, sometimes 4A people would refer to this curse, this illness, as the laughing. And it's because during the terminal stage, so the end stage of Kuru, when you're just about to die, you just begin laughing. It doesn't matter what you're thinking about. This is not an actual laugh, not thinking something's funny. It's like you could be weeping and totally depressed because you know you're going to die, but you keep hysterically laughing, which makes your whole body sore from constantly laughing over and over again. And An was beginning to experience that. She would be weeping and laughing at the same time. And think about this, everybody else who's in the village, they know what this means. And so their preparations for her death are only getting more and more ramped up. They're getting ready for the big ritualistic funeral they're going to give to An. And so An, as she's hysterically laughing, is fully aware that everybody's just waiting for her to die. And finally,
it's gotta have something to do with the
the
muscles contracting and shit like that.
Passed away, almost exactly 1 year from when she first noticed the trembling.
So why did the doctor say you don't have it?
I don't know.
kind of shit is that? He doesn't think it's suspicious that she's just out there coming to talk to you out of nowhere?
Maybe it's contagious.
Show
I don't
called
know.
Mr. Ballen's Medical Mysteries. And so far, people love it. It is a free
it's a really
week
good,
one place
it's a really
for
good
diseased
series.
adults suffering
I don't
Mr.
think it
Ball
is.
Medical Mysteries on any podcast.
It's really good,
By membership,
which is weird.
you can listen to an entire batch.
I
of 8
haven't actually
episodes
listened
at
to it,
once,
so
because we release
I have
them
no opinion.
8 at a time on Amazon Music. Also, on Amazon Music, there are no ads. And if all this was not enough to sell you on maybe giving the show a try, well, then stick around at the end
here,
of
we'll
this
listen to
video,
the sneak
and I'll
peek
play
at the
you a
end.
sneak
See?
peek
There
from
we
our
go.
newest
See?
episode of
There we
Mr.
go.
Ballen's Medical Mysteries.
He'll try and lure you into the sneak peek at the
I
end.
don't think I got time.
Hey.
After On's
stick
death,
around.
more and
Show
more
Mr.
people
Ball
just
some
kept on
respect.
getting treated.
Stick
And
around
over the
for
next
the
7
sneak
years, it was like clockwork. 200 plus
like
4A
in the
people
Pineapple Express.
died from Kuru every year, and nobody had any idea how to stop it. It just became a part of their lives.
Dude, that's crazy.
And again,
I
it
can't
kept
believe the
getting closer
doctor.
and
No, you don't
closer
have
to
it.
being extinct. It was this
What?
really terrifying time. 7 years after On's death, so in 1961, a medical anthropologist named Shirley Lindenbaum was sitting in her office at City University in New York reading over old scientific articles. And as she was just kind of flipping through them, she noticed there was an article from an Australian anthropologist named Ronald Burt, the same guy who had turned On away, told her, no, you don't have Kuru, that's not real, it's psychosomatic. And in this article, Ronald outlined these symptoms that the 4A people were exhibiting that obviously were not real. They had tremors, loss of muscle control, huge mood swings. But Ronald was like, it's all in their head. It's not a real disease. But to Shirley, as she's reading this, she's thinking, why has Ronald decided this has to be psychosomatic?
Yeah, I don't
These
understand
symptoms
that.
seem
Why?
like
How?
a real
This
disease,
seems
like a
it
neurological
seems
condition.
exactly like
something
something.
must be attacking
I
their
don't-
brains,
Dude,
causing
that
them
guy's
to
a
have
piece
these
of shit.
symptoms and then die.
He's like those guys with
But
the
when
fake money.
Shirley, just out of curiosity, began to do some additional research on the Kuru disease, or whatever you want to call it, she discovered there was basically no real research other than Ronald's about this weird illness. And she decided, you know what, there's a gap in the research, and I'm going to fill it.
Thank you.
Figure out what's going on with 4 people and this weird thing called Kuru. So the following summer, when Shirley finally had some time, she left New York and flew to Papua New Guinea. She made her way into the forest to contact 4A people. And eventually she reached some of these small villages that contained 4A people, and the 4A people, even if they didn't necessarily embrace Shirley, many of them were open to at least speaking to her and talking about their culture, their customs, their history, and of course talking about Kuru, this curse. And eventually Shirley made her way into this one particular 4A village where she actually saw a white man just walking around in this village. So he really stood out. And so immediately Shirley walked up to this guy, and he introduced himself as Dr. Michael Alpers, and he told Shirley he had been living in these villages with the 4A people for several months because he was studying Kuru. He wanted to figure out, you know, what's actually causing it.
Someone
Because
else
he also
interested
felt very
too.
skeptical at the
Got a
idea
couple
that this is just
curious people
psychosomatic.
trying to
It
figure
did
it
not
out.
seem very plausible. And
They're
so
like-
Shirley and Dr. Alpers were totally aligned, and they're like, hey, let's swap notes. And
Let's
do
figure
this
it out.
together.
Hey,
And so Shirley
hey.
began telling Dr. Alpers about what she learned so far.
Let's do
and she
this.
said that when she showed up in Papua New Guinea, she believed what this was, what Kuru was a genetic brain disease, meaning it would be passed down from, you know, parent to child and so on and so forth. But she quickly discovered that after conducting research and talking to the 4A people in these villages, that was not the case. This was not something that went from parent to child. Instead, Kuru appeared to spread amongst tight-knit social groups within these villages, which seemed to indicate this was actually a contagious disease, not a genetic one. And so she told Dr. Alpers that now her working theory was that Kuru was actually a contagious type of encephalitis, which is inflammation of the brain.
Encephalitis
But
sounds
Shirley also
not
said
cool.
to Dr. Alpers that did not explain why so many victims of Kuru were female. And Shirley also said to Dr. Alpers that, you know, I've been around loads of people
Man,
with
it started
Kuru.
painting. Okay, I think I get
So
it. What's
how can it be
happening?
contagious? Dr. Alpers agreed
Oh,
with everything
man.
Shirley was saying, and in fact had come to a similar conclusion himself, which meant he
are they
also
getting
had
it
the
from
same
the white
questions.
guys?
Why only women, and why wasn't he getting it? But he told Shirley that when he began trying to answer this question, he discovered that actually, in addition to lots of women get Kuru, also lots of kids got Kuru. Not necessarily parent to child, but also children in these villages seem to be slightly more susceptible to getting Kuru than men. And in fact, Dr. Alpert told Shirley that right now there was a 12-year-old boy who was in the final stage of Kuru, so the laughing stage, the terminal stage, and because this boy's parents knew their son was going to die, they were so desperate and grief-stricken that when Dr. Alpers came by and offered to do an autopsy on their son when he passed to try to learn more, parents agreed, even though that meant totally breaking 4A custom. So this was like maybe a taboo decision.
You gotta
at this point, it was like, we gotta find out what's happening.
We gotta figure this out. Like, we have to try and figure something out. Yeah, we're all gonna
2 days
die.
later, Dr. Alpers found Shirley, and he told her that the 12-year-old boy had passed away, and so now it was time to conduct the autopsy. And so he led Shirley to a clearing in the woods that was kind of far away from the eyes of the villagers, and there was a makeshift autopsy table with this boy's body on it. And while Shirley really could not stand to watch this actually happen, she did go over after Dr. Alpers had opened up the boy's skull, revealing his brain. And he yelled to her, "Hey, you have to come over here and look at this." And so Shirley walked over and she looked down, and even though she had not seen a human brain before right in front of her, she knew right away there's something terribly wrong with that brain. His brain was completely shriveled up and covered in holes, as if like a worm had drilled through his brain. And so Shirley and Dr. Alpers immediately knew this brain has to be sent off for further testing because something's happening here that's not psychosomatic. This is a real disease that's killing these people. About a year later, Shirley was back home in New York in her office when she received a letter from a research team at the United States National Institutes of Health, or NIH.
See, it took a year, though.
NIH is one of the largest medical research
it does take a while.
And it was where
a year's a long time.
Especially,
a long time.
You gotta imagine, like, it's back in the day, too.
So by getting this letter,
yeah, they gotta send
she was
everything,
get
which takes a while. Then they
about
gotta
whatever
do
they
the
discovered
test.
in this boy's brain. And so she ripped it open and pulled out the report and began reading. And the researchers said they had spent the last year, studying this brain tissue, and while they still didn't really understand how Kuru happened and what caused this, and it was a virus or an infection, they didn't know, but they had discovered something about how Kuru spread. During one of their experiments, the NIH researchers had injected some tissue from this brain into a chimpanzee, and very quickly that chimpanzee developed Kuru. And so this told the researchers that yes, Kuru was contagious, and it spread through infected brain tissue. But how one person's infected brain got into another person's brain was the mystery. But at least they had found something. But as Shirley read this, because she had done all that research when she went into the forests of Papua New Guinea and spoke to all these 4A people, she had learned a lot about what they did on a day-to-day basis and what their various customs and rituals were, and she actually knew exactly how something like this could happen, something that only the 4A people were doing. During her research in Papua New Guinea, Shirley had learned that 4A people believe all humans have 5 distinct souls.
Maybe not.
There was that one soul that 4A people believed they could basically summon up out of a deceased person that would then go avenge that person's death. So think about how all those people who died from Kuru, they believed that was a curse from some sorcerer, and so a big part of that funeral process was to call out that soul to go avenge their death, go find the sorcerer and kill them. But that was just one soul. There were 4 others. And of these 4 others, there was one called the Quila, which was the most dangerous. Quila meant flesh in the 4A people's language, and this soul was like a manifestation of death and decay, because that's what our flesh does. It just kind of gradually dies all the time. And so they looked at the flesh as being a really bad thing. And so they believed after someone died, their flesh needed to be stored properly. Otherwise, it would pollute the air and cause more death and decay for other people that were still alive. And the safest place, according to the 4A people, for the Quila to be stored, so human flesh, was inside of a woman's body. And the reason for this is 4A people believe women's bodies are much more resilient than men's, and so if anybody could withstand holding Quila inside of them, it would be the women. But there was a very specific process that the 4A women had to follow in order to kind of put this Quila inside of themselves. And multiple 4A women had explained this totally bizarre process to Shirley when she was out there talking to the people in the village. The way it worked is a few days after a 4A member has passed away, this huge feast is prepared. Except the feast only consists of the Quila. Basically, the person who is dead is chopped up and prepared by the women.
Yep.
Their entire body gets consumed. Now, keep in mind, anybody hearing about this who's not a member of the 4A people will be like, oh my god, that's horrible. But to 4A people, this ritualistic cannibalism was actually an act of love. The idea was having these women consume the Quila, consuming the dead person. You're protecting the living because you don't want the Quila out and about polluting the air, and you are respecting the dead. But remember, Kuru got spread through infected brain tissue. And it just so happened that during these funeral feasts, when they were consuming the Quila, the brain of the deceased person was an absolute delicacy. And so the brain was reserved for close female relatives of the deceased person. And so during An's sister's funeral, so when Ton passed, what do you think An ate? She ate Ton's brain. And then also, critically, Shirley had learned that a lot of these women who were given the brain, this delicacy during these funerals, they would often sneak little pieces of the brain and hand it out to kids as like a little treat. They would take the brain and eat it, nobody knew. That's why the kids were also getting Kuru. And so a few years after this incredible discovery by Shirley about how Kuru was being passed along, the Australian colonial government banned the practice of ritualistic cannibalism.
Yeah, but they don't care.
Basically, they were telling the 4A people to stop eating the dead. It's what's killing you. And the 4A people, who were very desperate to stop being killed by Kuru, they took to it, stopped eating each other, and so Kuru was virtually eradicated, and the 4A population, instead of sliding towards extinction, actually began to grow really fast. And today, the total population has at least doubled. And also, just to close this out, one final note is it took until 1990 to actually figure out what was going on inside of these people's bodies when they had Kuru. Because back in the 60s, when they figured out how not to get Kuru, nobody understood what was even happening. It was just like, don't eat other people and you'll be okay. But that's all they did. And while the process in the human body that caused Kuru remained a mystery for many decades after Shirley's big discovery, in the 1990s, researchers did finally figure out what's actually going on. Basically, somebody with Kuru has these proteins in their brain called prions that fold wrong into the wrong shape and then cannot function properly. This loss of protein function rapidly kills brain cells, which in turn shrivels up the brain and causes all those holes all over it. Okay, here is the clip from our newest episode of Mr. Ballin's Medical
That's
Mysteries.
crazy.
Enjoy.
That's weird.
A 40-year-old man stood next to his teenage daughter in a hospital room, clutching her hand as she lay there unconscious on a gurney. A flurry of doctors and nurses moved all around them, securing an oxygen mask over the girl's nose and jabbing her arms with needles.
Wow.
Father couldn't believe this was really happening. Just an hour ago, he'd come home to find his daughter passed out on the floor of the kitchen. Her face and neck were totally beet red. He didn't know what had happened, but his best guess was that maybe she had accidentally overheated the oven while making food, and then when she opened up the oven door, a rush of heat came out and it burned her.
Oh, jeez.
He didn't know what else could make her look so sunburned on such a cloudy December day. A nurse put her arms on the father's shoulders and told him he needed to step aside. So the father squeezed his daughter's hand one more time, then let the nurse guide him out of the hospital room. The nurse told the father that his daughter's kidneys were failing. They were going to rush her to the intensive care unit for emergency dialysis.
Damn.
The father blinked, trying to process what the nurse had just told him. He didn't understand how his daughter's burned skin could lead to kidney failure. People died from that. He watched helplessly as the medical team wheeled his daughter's gurney out of the room and down the hallway. And as they disappeared through a set of double doors, it hit him that he might have just seen his little girl alive for the last time. The father prayed that her doctors could figure out what was wrong with her before it was too late.
So that's going to do it. If you enjoyed today's story, well, guess what? We just released
That's
a
pretty-
new
that's
binge
pretty
of
crazy.
more
See, that's
medical
pretty crazy.
mysteries on Mr. Ballin's Medical Mysteries, which is a podcast under the Ballin Studios.
I like his. Yeah. And the run fool run or whatever that they have going, they have a really cool storyteller on there. I can't remember his name, but he does a great job.
Jack?
No, I don't think it's Jack.
Oh,
I almost started a
Thought it
song.
might
Right?
be.
You're still streaming. I didn't want to do that.
That's all good. I'm supposed to stop it.
chorus to the song.
We got a good.
That's good shit.
Where's my timer at? Oh yeah, we got a good hour.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't want to talk about the serious stuff until you end your stream or whatever.
Game rated T for teen.
Yeah, I'm here for my license.
Get behind that yellow line.
Yeah, I know. License, please.
You better get out of my face. And I gotta get your punk license
Yeah,
back.
I
Look what
know.
I got on you. You drive through the mall, the subway, city park. You like a dope.
That was some big air.
What's your problem?
Hey, that's what I get paid for. I made some serious cake that day.
Crazy Taxi on Sega Dreamcast. It's thinking.
A young boy caught in a struggle between good and evil must fight for his existence between two worlds. The key to the future lies in the past. Destiny has but one soul. Rated T for teen.
Be Spider-Man. Swing from buildings. Shoot webs. Bring down the bad guys. And for the first time ever, you have all his cool spider powers.
Jim, the garbage isn't gonna take itself out.
You don't just play it, you live it.
Jim?
Spider-Man the game. Rated E for everyone. From the creators of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
PlayStation.
One hope. Rated E for everyone.
My name is Ryo Hazuki. My father was killed by the warlord Lan Di. During my quest for vengeance, I've traveled far and wide and consorted with numerous unsavory characters. But enough about me. Let's talk about you, Nozomi.
Brian? Brian? Brian! Who's Nozomi?
Shenmue on Dreamcast, rated T for teen.
Shut up!
In a world beyond dreams lives a heart without hope. The struggle for freedom is a quest for the truth. The journey begins. The fantasy returns. Rated T for teen. Swear soft.
Honey, what's going on down there?
Wake up and smell the action.
Devil May Cry.
Rated M for mature.
Only from Capcom.
You promised you'd take me there again someday. James! To our special place. Silent Hill.
Silent Hill 2. Rated M for mature. For PlayStation 2 from Konami.
I think my partner's a rat. We gotta shut him up.
They want a war, they got a war.
Grand Theft Auto 3. Out now on PlayStation 2 and coming soon to PC. Rated M for mature.
The critics agree. Metal Gear Solid 2 is a hit. Newsweek says it rocks. The best video game for PlayStation 2 raves USA Today. Right, get out of here. And Game Informer names Metal Gear Solid 2 Game of the Year.
I've been waiting for this.
Metal Gear Solid 2, only on PlayStation 2. Rated M for mature. From Konami.
Fellow creatures, our world needs you. The time is now. Let us team up. Let us power up. And maybe even blow up and stink up.
Power up to the people!
Oddworld.
Munch's Odyssey, rated D for teen.
When it seems like all is lost. When it feels as if you have no hope. When you are outnumbered, overpowered, and they've got you cornered. That's when you realize your last best hope is you.